You're welcome to my channel, Mindset Academy, where we want to solve a problem involving interpenetration. But this time, we'll be looking at a cylinder and a triangular prism. And the questions that supports this diagram says that figure 4 shows the plan and elevation of a cylinder penetrated by a triangular prism. Draw the given views and complete the elevation with the interpenetration curve. Add an end elevation positioned on the left of the elevation, right? So what they're trying to make us understand is whatever we're doing, it should be at the left hand side, right? And that is what we are going to be working on. Now, first thing you have to do is to draw your horizontal line and your vertical line this way. This is my horizontal line and this is my vertical line this way, right? So we'll be starting from the elevation up, right? Or we'll start from the plan, any of the two. So if I'm starting from the elevation, the base here is given to be 88, meaning that what? The radius should be 44. Since the diameter is 88, our radius should be what? 44. So I'm going to measure 44 on my meter rule. This is 44 here. And I'll place it here. And I'm going to mark 44 to the left and 44 to the right. Is that okay? Then I'm going to take it up this way. I'll take it up this way. And the height is given to be what? 100. Let us start with your front line first. So the height is 100. So this is 100 here. You can see that that is the 100 point that we have there. So I can actually bring it down a little bit. Yes. Now let's close it up. You can see that. Now the next thing that I'll be doing here after drawing that from the diagram is to start. We're told that the angle at which this is projected is 30 degree, right? So what we'll do here is this. The triangle here is an equilateral triangle. Since we're given one side of the triangle to be what? 60, right? One side of the triangle is going to be 60. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the equilateral triangle. I'll come to the plan first of all to draw out the circle. At any given radius, just come here and you draw a line this way. You can see that? Taking the radius of this circle, this cylinder here, I'll place it here and I'm going to draw a circle this way. Right? I'll taking it. We'll be taking it. Can you see that? And from the center here, I'm going to measure 30. Now, the thickness between this triangle here is given to be 80. So I'll be measuring 40 up and what? 40 down. So measuring 40 on my meter rule this way, right? I'll place it at the center here and I'm going to mark 40 up, 40 down. Then this line, this point here, I'm going to project it to the other side. From here, I'll project it to this side. And from here, I'll project it to this side. Right? That is the first thing I am going to do. Start taking. Now we are told that the length of it from the center here that you can see is given to be 100. So I'm going to measure 100 from here. From this point, I'll measure 100. And this is 100 here. And I'll take it up this way. Just take it up this way. Right? Now, if that is the 100 point there, Now the next thing I'm going to do here will be, now if you look at the base here, this base here, this line here is from the front elevation here, is extended to the center of the circle, this center of the circle, at an angle of what, 30 degree. So when I place it this way, from the center here, I'm going to draw a line up with my faint line this way. First of all, just faint line first, right? So this point it's meeting will be the beginning of this point here. And I'll place my, since I use 30 degree to draw this faint line, I'll place it this way to use 60 to draw this, so that to balance up all together. Now, after I've done that, we're told that the thickness there is 60. Is that taken? So I will also measure 60 at that point there. Are we good? So I'll measure what? 60 at that point. So I'll measure the 60 there from this point, from 0 to 60. Right? The 60 here. And I'm going to take the same meter rule and I'll stand it this way and I'll bring it back. So I can easily thicken this since I'm sure of what I'm doing. I'm thicken that, and also you can also thicken this, right? And you can also thicken this. You can also thicken this, and you can bring this down too. Then this up too, and you can close here up too, right? And you can also close here up too. Is that taken? Now this is what we have here. Now the next thing we're going to do here is I'll draw a line. Let me take this down a little bit and backward a little bit, right? So I'm going to draw a line close to this because I don't want you to touch my main diagram here. You can see that. Then I'll get the center of this figure. If this is 60, then the center will be what? The center will be 30, right? But I don't really need that. Once I've done that, the next thing I'm going to do here is to still measure the 60. This same 60 I measured here. You know, from here to here is given to be 30, half of 60. You can see that? Half of 60. You can see that? So I'm going to place it here. I'll mark 30 and what? 30. Set again. And I'll take my meter rule, take it back a little bit. I'll take my meter rule and I'll draw a line from this point upward. And I will extend this to this point. This way, faint line. So I'll just join from this point to this point, just faint line. I can take one side or I can draw it in full. Whatever I choose to, I'll do. Right? So just join it here. So this line, just like this line to confuse you. So let me remove this line. So I brought out the triangle out here. Alright. So what I have here, I can easily say that this point is 0, right? This point is 1, and this point is what? Is 2. So taking whatever I like, I do. I say here is 0, and here is 1, right? The same level, then here is 2, whatever I want to do. I only need half of it. I don't need the full of it, right? So let me just remove this out here. That's what we have there. You can do it in full or whatever you want to do. Now the next thing is I'll come here too. I'll project these points, I'll project them down. So when I project these points down, this is coming down here. This one too is coming down here, which we will have here already, right? So once we've done that, I'll do the same thing I did here. I'll do it down here too. At any given distance, I'll just draw a line downward here. I don't want it to touch the main diagram, and I'll pick a point on that line, right? So the same thing I did here that I measured, I can just take the height of it this way, and I'll place it here, right? Since we're told it's 60, so I will know that from here to here is what? It's 60. Is that taken? So I'll just take my compass, right? And I'll just draw from this point. I'll mark up and I'll mark here. So where they meet from this point here exactly, you can see that with the 60 distance, I'll mark up, I'll mark down here. And I'll just project this to this point, and I'll join these 2 points together. Then I'll join here to here together. Then here to here together. You can see that? So if that is the case, then will be here will be 0. If here is 0, 1, 2, here will be what? 0, here will be 1 and what? And here will be what? 2. Is that taken? So let's start and see how it goes. So if let's see where 0 meets 0 is here, right? Then where 1 meets 1 is here, and where 2 also meets 2 is here. Is that taken? So I'll just join those points together like this. I'll join it together this way and this way. Then I'll close here up. And I'll close here up too. Here's my T-square. And I'll close it up too. And the center line here. You can see that? So this is what we have. We have replicated the diagram that we have on our screen. So the next thing that we should be doing here is to draw the curve of what? Intersection. So if I'm drawing the curve of intersection this way, I'll be having this. So the end point here, I'll project this upward, right? It's on the same level already. So, and this one also, I'll project it upward, right? So when I'm moving, I'm going to say that where this is 0 meets 0 is at this point, and this point, right? Then where 1 meets 1 is still at this point. This is the line of 1 here, right? Then where 2 meet 2 is still at the same point here. This is line of 2, right? So what I'll just do is 1 and 2 is on the same point. Start again, and this is our point 0 here. I'll just join from this point to this point. This will come straight down to meet this. Then this will from here come straight down to meet this. Right? So this is what we have there. That is the curve of what? Of intersection there. Start again. So 1 and 2 is on the same point. This is 0, 1 and 2 is on the same point. And this triangle you're seeing here, it looks smaller because when you're looking in from the top, you're seeing little, not completely, you're seeing triangle, you're seeing it at an angle. That's why it looks smaller here. Is that again? Now we're not told in the question that we should draw the end elevation. So drawing the end elevation here, this is what we are going to be having when we're drawing the end elevation. I'll just, at any given distance here, I will draw an horizontal line there at any given distance. And at any given distance, I'll draw a vertical line here this way. You can see that. So I'll take my 45 degrees set square and I'm going to project this to this level here. So all this will start coming towards this direction. So from here, I'll project it to touch the 45-degree line, and from here, I'll touch this to touch the 45-degree line. And I'm going to project them upward. So if I project them upward, I'll be having this from this point up, and from this point up. And here means I'll close here up. Right here, first of all, I'm going to use faint line here, first of all. Now, all this line here where it meets, I'm going to project them to this side. This will come here, right? And which one again? This point too. So this one too. I'll project it to come here, and this two I'll project it to come here. Right? Now the next thing I'm going to do is this line here, I'll project it to touch here, and I'll take it upward this way. Right? So let's see. This is 0. This is point 1. Right? 1. This point 1. Let me project that also to come here. Point 1 and point 2. So project them to go up. So where 1 meets 1 and 2 meet 2, we'll join them together. So let me just take this up first. So let's see. This is 1 and 2. And where 1 is coming, 1 meets 1 here, and also meets here also. Then the same point, right? Then for 0, this line of 0 is coming up. This is where 0 meets 0 here. You can see that. And we move forward. Now, that is not just all. If I project this point here, this is the 1 and 2 here, sorry. 1 and 2 here, right? So where 1 meets 1 and where 2 meet 2 is at this point, right? So this is what we have, and we proceed to. So from here, we know we'll be joining. Let me just use my faint line first. This and this, right? Then where they intersect is at this point too, on the circumference of the cylinder. So this is 0, 0 meets 0 at this point here, right? And this is 1 and 2 from this point here. Another 1 and 2 here. This is still 0. So I'll take 0 here. So this is the line of 0 coming, right? 0. And what about this? This is 0 here. So 0 is meeting 0 at this point too. Then we have 1 and 2 at this point too, right? So let me join them together. So we'll join the points, right? For the external, what we are going to see, we'll see all this point, and this point. And this point and this point is what makes up this point and these 2 points here. So I'll just join them. They'll be visible, very visible. They'll be very visible, right? I'll close it up here. Then the next one that I got, the inner one, this I can't see it because this figure here will be blocking it. This point, including this point, these 2 points here, this one here also here, right? And this we have here. So I cannot see it. So what I'll do is I'm going to join them together from this point. So this will be the base here, which I'm going to see the base. And here we'll go this way. From here, it's coming this way. So we'll proceed. I can just first of all, if I do all this, let me just take in here so that I'll have the thickness from this end, this end, this is cylinder. So I'm going to take in it. Then here also from here to here, the end of cylinder, I'll take in it to stop here. It's going to stop here. Then I'll close it up here. So this will be here, and this will be here. Right, so this is not there. So let me remove that. Now this one, if you project it, what brought about this line, if I look at it, this is 1 and 2, right? If you just see this is 1 and 2, so taking, so when this is 3, right? So if I project it this way, I'll be having this to this point. This point you're seeing is what we have here, right? Why this you're seeing here is this here. So we'll just close it up. I'll just close it up, and I will join the two ends together. That is this to this paint line. This is coming from here to here, right? Paint line. First of all, and I'll join this to this. Then I'll join this to this, right? And so this is what you have, right? You just join the two line. This line you're seeing here is just like I explained earlier. Looking from the top, you see this triangle, right? Then all this will be hidden line. So this is what you're going to have. Is that taken? So when you trace them, you realize that this point here, at this point, this is where, if you trace it, this is formed by 1 and 2, and this is 1 and 2. And when you trace the 1 and 2 here, you're having these two, and they are joined together because you see it at the base. Is that taken? And this other aspect here is given as zero point 0. When you trace it out, this 0.0 meets 0 to this point here. So this is what you just have here. So if you found it helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share the video. Thanks for watching.